The Wounded Mirror, the Psychology of Shame and Self-Hatred. A Pizzaverse psychological documentary. Written by Bambi Palermo. Every human being looks in the mirror, and not just the one in the bathroom. There's another mirror, the invisible kind, that shows not your face, but how you see yourself. And for a lot of us, that mirror's cracked. You can polish it all you want, but the reflection still whispers, "You're not enough. You never were." That's the voice of shame. It don't yell, it seeps. Slow, quiet, familiar. See, shame ain't about guilt. Guilt says, "I did something wrong." Shame says, "I am something wrong." It's identity-level poison, the kind that eats at your worth until you forget you ever had any. What shame actually is, psychologists describe shame as a self-conscious emotion. It's what you feel when you believe there's something fundamentally defective about you. You spill coffee on yourself, you feel embarrassed. You cheat on a test, you feel guilty. But when you start thinking, "I'm a failure," that's shame's handiwork. And it's ancient, built into our evolution. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by the tribe could mean death. So our brains evolved to associate belonging with survival. That's why social rejection still hits like a punch in the gut. The anterior cingulate cortex, the brain's pain center, lights up the same way it would if somebody socked you in the jaw. Your body don't know the difference between "they don't like me" and "I've been hurt." Where it comes from, nobody's born ashamed. It's learned through childhood experiences, cultural pressures, and the way we internalize failure. Say a kid spills milk at dinner. Parent A says, "Hey, it's okay, accidents happen. Let's clean it up." Parent B says, "Can't you do anything right?" The first kid learns responsibility. The second kid learns identity. That's how it starts, one moment at a time. By adulthood, that message becomes the script you live by. If I fail, I'm worthless. And it ain't just parents, schools, religion, social media, toxic workplaces, they all feed the fire. Shame thrives in performance cultures. Grades, likes, promotions, status, all of it tells us, your value's conditional. Do well, you belong. Mess up, you disappear. The inner critic, shame's favorite weapon. You ever hear that voice in your head that never shuts up? The one that narrates every mistake like it's the evening news? That's shame's mouthpiece. Psychologists call it the inner critic. And that critic's job is to keep you safe by keeping you small. If it convinces you to hide, you won't risk rejection. If it keeps you perfect, you won't get criticized. It's protection, disguised as punishment. Example: you send a text and don't get a reply. A healthy brain thinks, maybe they're busy. A shame-trained brain goes, "They hate me. I'm annoying. I knew I shouldn't have said that." See the difference? The situation didn't change. The lens did. The science behind it: when you feel shame, your amygdala, the part of the brain that handles threat, kicks into overdrive. Your body reacts like you're being chased by a bear. Adrenaline spikes. Heart rate increases. Your prefrontal cortex, the logic part, goes offline. That's why people do dumb things when they feel worthless: lash out, self-sabotage, isolate, numb. You can't think clearly while your nervous system's screaming, "Danger!" Over time, chronic shame reshapes the brain. It strengthens the circuits that expect rejection and weakens the ones that build confidence. It literally changes how you see yourself and others. The masks of shame. Shame rarely shows itself directly. It wears disguises. Perfectionism. If I do everything right, maybe they'll finally approve. But perfection ain't peace. It's pressure in a tuxedo. Anger. If I scare people, I'll never be vulnerable. That's power built on panic. Withdrawal. If I disappear, I'll never get hurt. That's self-preservation turned into isolation. Example, take a student who grows up getting yelled at for mistakes. As an adult, she becomes a workaholic, never satisfied, terrified of feedback. To the world, she's driven. Inside, she's drowning. Different masks, same wound. I ain't enough. The cultural trap. Ever notice how modern life rewards insecurity? You feel bad, someone sells you a fix. A new product, a new trend, a new way to improve yourself. It's the economy of inadequacy, and business is booming. We're told to chase self-love, but sold it like a product. Meanwhile, actual self-acceptance, the real kind, don't cost nothing but time and truth. That's why self-hatred's profitable. You'll buy something to hide it. When shame turns inward. If you let shame go unchecked long enough, it mutates. You start punishing yourself for existing. You stop expecting kindness from others or yourself. That's toxic shame. And it's the root of half the world's addictions, depression, and broken relationships. People stuck in toxic shame start believing they deserve misery. They choose partners who treat them the same way they treat themselves badly. They turn pain into personality. They call it just who I am. But it ain't who you are. It's who shame trained you to be. How to break the cycle. You don't escape shame by ignoring it. You face it. Not with defiance, with curiosity. First step's awareness. Notice how you talk to yourself. Would you talk to a friend like that? No? Then why you talking to you like that? Second step's compassion. And don't roll your eyes. It ain't fluffy. It's neuroscience. Self-compassion activates the insula and prefrontal cortex, which calm the stress response and increase resilience. In plain English, kindness rewires your brain. Third step's connection. Shame thrives in silence. The second you tell someone your truth, it loses its claws. You ever seen someone break down in a support group, say the thing they've been holding for years, and watch the room just nod? That's shame dying right there. It can't survive empathy. Reparenting the self. Most people try to kill their shame. But real healing don't come from violence, it comes from reparenting. You learn to give yourself what your childhood didn't: patience, safety, forgiveness. Freedom from the mirror. You can't escape the mirror, but you can clean it. And when you do, you start seeing what was always there beneath the cracks. Not perfection, not pain, just humanity. You're not your past. You're not your worst moment. You're the one who survived them. You ain't supposed to be flawless. You're supposed to be whole. And the minute you stop seeking love through punishment, that's when you start actually living. So when that mirror talks next time, don't turn away. Just look at it and say, I see you. I forgive you. I'm still here. Bambi's word to the wise. You spend half your life thinking you gotta earn your right to breathe. Like love's a prize and peace is a paycheck. But let me tell you something, cupcakes. The minute you were born, you already earned it. Shame will try to convince you you're damaged goods. That you gotta overachieve, over-apologize, over everything just to be accepted. That's a lie built by broken people who couldn't see their own worth. You wanna heal? Stop auditioning for approval. Stop building your self-worth out of other people's opinions. Stop letting ghosts from your past live rent-free in your head. The truth is, you're already enough. You don't need permission to exist. You don't need a medal for surviving. You don't even need to like every part of yourself. You just need to own it. 'Cause the day you stop running from your reflection is the day you stop running, period. You'll still mess up, still fall, still doubt. But now it's on your terms. And let me tell ya, nothing feels freer than looking that mirror dead on and saying, "You didn't break me, you built me." That's when shame don't scare you anymore. That's when the wound turns into wisdom. This has been The Wounded Mirror, the psychology of shame and self-hatred. A Pizzaverse psychological documentary by Bambi Palermo. Because the world don't need perfect people. It needs honest ones. And honesty cupcakes? That's the one thing shame can't survive. Thanks for watching.